we want you to pay attention to the renewed love that you feel, the renewed love that you have allowed yourself to discover because you started out simple. Now, in some ways, this is like just waking up because you are close to being on that high-flying disc. So this will be something that will be fun and easy for you. We like that you're here in these physical bodies, but we like even more that you are here focused with us here and now. It's a really nice thing that you have made the decision to play with us about deliberate creation, because that's who you are. You are deliberate creators who have come forth into this physical experience with the express intent of focusing, harnessing, utilizing the energy that creates worlds and flowing it toward the things that you deem valuable. You could not be better at making those choices because you were born ready to make those choices. And you have divinely come forth with a perspective from self that makes you selfishly motivated and selfishly interested. And that is such a wonderful thing, because the perspective of self is all that you ever have. You will never be able to understand accurately what anyone else really thinks about anything else, or what anybody else really feels about anything else. But when you focus from your point of view and you allow yourself to get some momentum going, others who feel similarly begin to join you, and you begin to feel a harmony, a sort of dance of others on the planet. And as they dance with you, you having chosen as your first dance partner your inner being or the source within you, as others join you in this dance, the momentum of the dance becomes more and more until you begin to consciously be able to observe. You're able to all day long acknowledge the power of your focus. In other words, your ability to create becomes so evident as you apply it more and more, starting at the basis, starting at the beginning, starting after having pushed the reset button. You're up to speed with all of that. You are powerful creators who came here with the intent of creating whatever is important to you, and there are no wrong choices for you. The way that you will discern the things that matter most to you is by making choices and by experiencing the contrast of the choices that you are making. As you deliberately apply the focus that you are so keenly and profoundly capable of, you are beginning to feel what it feels like to harness this non-physical energy that creates worlds. You're beginning to feel the power of your being. And the power of your being feels like a lot of fun. It feels like a tremendous amount of clarity, but it also feels like results. And we never, ever, ever want to ask you, or for you to think that we've asked you, to leave manifestations or results out of the equation, because the way things manifest around you in this world is just more momentum about what you've got going on. So as good things begin happening to you, and you begin acknowledging that these good things are happening, and you find yourself wanting to repeat and talk about these good things that are happening, you begin to get that momentum going more and more and more and more and more, until it's just a given that you're going to wake up and be able to easily achieve your high-flying disc. And it's just a given that you're going to be able to wake up and, having easily achieved your high-flying disc, find thoughts that are interesting to you, thoughts that are provocative to you, thoughts that hold your attention, thoughts that make you glad to be alive, thoughts that make you glad to be focused in this physical body, thoughts not just about what's around your immediate vicinity, but thoughts about everything that is around your world, because you are the creator of everything that you have access to around this world. It's not just what's happening in your bed when you are there by yourself. It's not just what's happening in your household with the people you live with. It's not just what's happening in your community. It's not what's just happening in your nation. It's not only what is happening in your global community. You are a universal player in this creative world. You are a creator that is adding to all that is. And you've come with powerful intent and purpose. Our greatest satisfaction is watching you begin to discover a piece of satisfaction and milking it. We want you to consciously recognize that you are a world citizen with a worldview who individually, we're talking about any one of you, has the ability to access the energy that creates worlds and flow it toward anything globally that matters to you, and track and calculate the perceivable difference that your attention has made. You have the ability to revive the interest of anyone about anything that is important to you. Our favorite words are clarity, abundance, passion, eagerness, purpose, decisiveness, love, appreciation, eagerness, clarity, love, passion, purpose, decisiveness, eagerness, determination, passion, love, eagerness, purpose, determination. You are powerful beings with powerful energy flowing through you. And you are about to experience the results of that clarity because you're about to maintain it for longer than you have been. That energy that is moving through you is evidence of your relaxed alignment to this that we know to be.
One of our friends said earlier, and a phrase that just caught my attention, and I want to expand on it. He talked about the wanting to know that anything is possible. And after that I wrote, and the knowing it is not only possible, but inevitable. And one of the questions you asked me earlier is this, getting into the hot seat. And expectation, yes, but it's the knowing of it being a sure thing.
Right.
So
replace the word probability or possibility with certainty.
With certainty. And so really, the balance we're trying, at least from my perspective, the balance we're trying to strike is moving between the knowing that it's possible to knowing that it's inevitable. And so I'm hoping that you can kind of move us...
Or that it is. That it exists as a vibrational creation, a vibrational reality. And therefore, it isn't absent, it is present. And in the knowledge of its presence, you achieve a grid that allows the momentum to reveal itself to you in more specific ways.
So it's the grid of the sure thing.
That was so good.
Say it again.
When you accept the isness of the vibrational reality, and therefore you feel no ripple within you about the absence of the manifested reality. In your knowledge of its doneness, of its isness, in your knowing that it is done, there's an absence of resistance that allows the momentum then to reveal itself to you in all of those delicious ways.
And non-physical knows that all the time.
Non-physical is standing there with the isness of what you've been asking for, reveling in it, appreciating the creation of it, acknowledging your relationship with the creation of it, watching for every opportunity to give you a glimpse of your creation and to revel with you in what you have accomplished.
So our ability to get to that reverie and revelry is the point through which the point that our grid fills in with what we're looking for, correct?
That's exactly right. But how do you get there? What is your focus? How do you get out of the way? Because you just said it's inevitable. We just said it's certain. So what's the holdup? If it's certain, if it's inevitable, then what is the timing of it about?
The perfection of the universe filling the grid in.
Well, the universe will fill the grid in, but this is your grid. What part do you play in it? What are you going to do to allow your grid to be filled in now?
Feel the way Source feels about it.
Yeah. And And what are you going to do in order to feel the way Source feels about it? What are the obvious things that you got to stop doing?
Right.
Noticing that it isn't done.
Right.
So it's like we're saying to you, if you could not care about the manifestation, then the manifestation would happen. But your concern about the manifestation and your awareness that the manifestation hasn't happened yet causes you to offer a vibration of the absence of what you want that prevents it from flowing.
Right.
So what are you going to do about that?
Get happy.
Yeah. Go general. You're going to go general. You're going to get off the specifics, and therefore off the specific absence and into the presence of something that already exists. And the presence of what already exists is satisfaction about a lot of things, appreciation for a lot of things, knowledge about the laws of the universe. There's so much that you know that when you focus upon it with deliberate intent, that when you focus upon it, then you activate a vibration that allows it to fill in. One of our favorite experiences in an audience setting like this, there is a young woman who came frequently, and often because of the intensity of her desire and her expectation ended up in the hot seat. And the majority of the time that she talked to us, she wanted to have a baby, 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 wanted to have a baby. And when she would be called forward, people who had been there before knew what she was going to talk about, because that's what she wanted. And finally, as some time passed, she announced to everyone, "I'm 4 months pregnant." And it was startling for most who were watching to see how different she seemed. Now, she still doesn't have this baby to take to the park like she is looking forward to. She's not feeding the baby or teaching the baby or talking to the baby in the way that she one day will. But in her pregnancy, not yet manifested in the way she wants it, there was no longer absence of baby.
Right.
So if we could just help you to know that your vortex is pregnant. There is no absence of anything that you want, but there is a gestation period that you want to occur. And that gestation period is about your readiness. It's about the preparation. It's about the physical preparation for, in other words, she didn't want the consciousness of that child to come forth before the fetus was ready to explore and experience. And in a similar way, so many of the things that people are asking for, they have not yet prepared the environment for the very thing that they're asking for. And you do that by no longer doing that thing you do that slows it down and keeps you from doing it.
Right.
That was a bit of a long way around that, but pretty satisfying to us.
Me too.
Clear enough?
Very clear. Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed.